Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the world of digital advertising,
Oh, cool.
specifically the trade desk, also known as TTD.
Oh, okay.
You might not have heard of them,
I haven't.
but they're the company behind all those ads that seem to follow you around the internet.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a recent stock report on them,
Okay.
and we're going to break down what makes this company tick and whether their stock is worth your attention.
Sounds good.
So they essentially provide a platform for big brands
Yeah.
to buy and manage their ad campaigns across all sorts of digital channels,
Right.
from those banners you see on websites
Mm-hmm.
to the ads that pop up on your favorite streaming services.
Yeah, that's fascinating how they've carved out such a unique space for themselves.
So they're kind of like the middleman
Exactly.
between companies that want to advertise
Yeah.
and all of us scrolling and streaming.
That's it. And what sets them apart is their focus on transparency and premium content.
Okay.
This means they give brands more control over where their ads appear,
Okay.
making sure they're reaching the right audience on high-quality sites and platforms.
Okay.
In a world where fake news and brand safety are huge concerns,
Yeah.
this is a big deal.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Brands wouldn't want their ads showing up next to something controversial, right?
Exactly.
But how does that translate into an advantage for the trade desk?
Well, think of it this way.
Okay.
Imagine a castle with a deep moat surrounding it.
Hmm.
That moat makes it really hard for enemies to attack, right?
Yeah.
In the business world, we call that an economic moat,
Interesting.
a company's competitive advantage.
Okay.
And the trade desk has a wide one,
Gotcha.
thanks to this focus on transparency and premium content.
Okay, so they got a moat,
Right.
but are they actually using it to conquer the market?
It seems so.
Okay.
The report highlights their impressive growth, especially in the world of connected TV or CTV.
Right.
You know, all those streaming services we're hooked on.
Yeah.
In fact, their Q3 revenue just hit $628 million.
Wow. A 27% jump from the same period last year.
$628 million.
Yeah.
That's a serious chunk of change.
It is.
It sounds like they're really capitalizing on the shift towards streaming.
Absolutely. And a big part of that success comes down to their proprietary technology,
Okay.
particularly their AI platform called Kokai.
Kokai.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of futuristic.
It does kind of sound like something out of a sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
But it's actually a pretty clever way for the trade desk to help advertisers target you, the consumer,
Mm-hmm.
without relying on those pesky third-party cookies.
Oh, interesting.
It's all about respecting your privacy
Right.
while still making sure you see ads that might actually interest you.
So it's not just about placing ads anywhere and everywhere. It's
Yeah.
about using data and AI to
Yeah.
make those placements smarter and more effective.
Right.
Kind of makes you wonder if those ads really do know us better than we think, huh?
There's certainly an element of that, but
Yeah.
of course no company operates in a vacuum.
Right.
The trade desk faces some stiff competition.
Particularly from giants like Google and Amazon,
Yeah.
who also want a slice of that digital advertising pie.
It's like David versus Goliath, but with algorithms and ad impressions instead of slingshots and stones.
A very apt analogy.
Yeah.
So while the trade desk is doing well,
Mm.
they can't afford to rest on their laurels.
Well, with their AI-powered platform and focus on premium content,
Yeah,
it sounds like they've got some pretty strong weapons in their arsenal.
they do.
But what do the analysts think about all of this?
Yeah.
Is the trade desk stock a good bet?
That's where things get interesting. The analysts are a bit divided.
Oh, really?
Yeah, some are incredibly bullish on the trade desk,
Okay.
pointing to their impressive growth trajectory and innovative technology.
Makes sense.
But others are more cautious.
What's making them hesitate?
Well, for one, the stock is currently trading above its estimated fair value,
Okay.
which is around $108.49.
So it might be overvalued.
That suggests it might be a bit overvalued right now.
So it's like that age-old question.
Yeah.
Is the hype justified, or is the market getting ahead of itself?
Exactly. And then there are the inherent risks that come with any investment.
Right.
The report highlights a few key ones specific to the trade desk.
Okay, let's unpack those.
Okay.
What are the potential pitfalls investors need to be aware of?
First, there's the ever-present cloud of macroeconomic uncertainty.
Right.
Inflation, consumer confidence, global events.
Yeah.
These factors can all impact advertising budgets.
Okay.
And when companies tighten their belts, advertising is often one of the first things to go.
That makes sense. If the economy takes a downturn,
Yeah.
companies might be less willing to spend big bucks on ad campaigns.
Precisely. Then there's the cyclical nature of political advertising.
Oh, right?
We just came off a major election cycle,
Mm,
and as you can imagine, that tends to lead to a surge in ad spending.
yeah, for sure.
It's like a sugar rush for companies like The Trade Desk.
So they get a big boost during election season. But what happens when the political ads disappear?
Well, the report suggests that the decline in political ad spending post-election could create a bit of a dip for The Trade Desk.
Oh, so it's kind of cyclical.
It's a bit of a boom and bust cycle.
Okay, so investors need to factor in those peaks and valleys.
Yeah.
And I imagine the competition doesn't make things any easier.
No, not at all.
You mentioned Google and Amazon before.
Right.
They're not exactly slouches when it comes to digital advertising.
Absolutely. They're both constantly innovating and vying for market share.
Yeah.
It's a fierce battle out there.
So to sum it all up,
Yeah,
the Trade Desk is a fascinating company with a lot of potential.
for sure.
They've got this wide moat thanks to their focus on transparency and premium content.
Mm-hmm.
They're riding the wave of CTD advertising.
Yep.
And their AI technology is pretty impressive, but
There are also some valid concerns about their stock price,
Right.
the potential impact of macroeconomic factors and political advertising cycles,
yeah.
and the intense competition they face.
So what does this all mean for you, dear listener?
That's the question, isn't it?
If you're considering investing in the Trade Desk, this deep dive has hopefully given you some food for thought.
Yeah, definitely.
We've seen the good, the bad, and the uncertain. It really highlights the importance of doing your research
Right?
and understanding all sides of the story
Yeah.
before making any investment decisions.
Absolutely.
So if you're thinking about adding the Trade Desk to your portfolio,
Mm,
I encourage you to check out the full stock report.
yeah, it's a good one.
We'll be sure to include a link in the show notes.
Right.
It's packed with even more details and analysis
Yeah.
that will help you make an informed decision.
Investing is never a sure thing,
True.
but knowledge is power.
For sure.
The more you understand about a company
Right.
and the factors that can affect its stock price,
Yeah.
the better equipped you'll be to navigate the market.
So here's the million-dollar question we always like to ask.
Okay.
If you were an investor,
Mm-hmm.
would you bet on the Trade Desk's future? Interesting question.
What factors would stand out to you as the most important?
Yeah. What would be the most important to you?
Their innovative AI platform,
Yeah, that's a big one.
their focus on transparency and premium content,
That's huge, too.
or maybe the competitive pressures they face from those industry giants.
Yeah. Google and Amazon.
Yeah.
Tough competition.
There's no right or wrong answer.
Nope.
But these are the kinds of questions worth pondering.
Definitely.
And hey, even if you're not ready to invest just yet,
Right.
this deep dive has hopefully given you a glimpse into the fascinating world of digital advertising.
It is a fascinating world.
And the companies that are shaping its future.
Sure.
It's a world that impacts all of us,
Yeah.
whether we realize it or not.
Absolutely.
Every time you see an ad online,
Mhm.
there's a complex ecosystem at play.
That's right.
And the Trade Desk is right in the thick of it.
Right at the center of it all.
Well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive into the Trade Desk.
Great episode.
We hope you found it insightful. Yeah, I think people will get a lot out of it.
And maybe even learned a thing or two about the world of digital advertising.
It's a complex world.
If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss out on future deep dives.
Yes, please subscribe.
We've got more fascinating topics lined up,
I'm excited for them.
and we can't wait to share them with you.
We'll see you next time.
Until next time, stay curious.